The kill sequences are for the most part, some of them we'll talk later, but for the most part are inventive, creative. The way they use, the dream motif, like, when they run around the circle, they keep repeating the same thing over and over again. Even the scene, remember when Freddy is kind of like in a tube and he takes
the cardboard thing.
Yeah, exactly. That's pretty cool. And then they go through the glass and fall into this cathedral. For me, maybe it's not the scariest, but it's definitely probably the most fun.
I'd agree. What I was going to say is that knowing this is the rock and roll Freddy, for some reason I remember being a lot more jokey. And besides his one-liners, so like they do play him straight. He has these one-liners, but I was actually kind of impressed that the way they handled Freddy. I don't know. I remember him being goofier. I really do. Like he's pretty much in the shadows. He's pretty threatening. Here's the thing though. I don't know about scary because I don't know what's scary.
Dude, he's on the fucking beach in broad daylight with sunglasses on. I wouldn't call him in the fucking shadows.
But that's like the scene though. That's when you always use when you talk about Freddy. He has the glasses. He sticks his foot down the girl's face. Kristen, pushes her down. I mean, like when he's in the boiler room, even that scene where he's like spinning things around. I guess I was always thinking more. I remember leaning more towards Freddy's Dead than I remember, and this doesn't really touch it. Like it's like you said, it's an exaggerated part 3. But Renny Harlin rocks out with directing, man, and that's one thing I noticed the most. I was like, these are some inventive scenes. There's a scene when Kristen's mother drugs her, and she walks in a room, and it's just this one shot over the cameras above and goes down and follows her. And I was like, oh, that's super inventive, Super
inventive.
They lean into the dreams more. And I like that. Third was the start of it. Because, in number 1, the big twist was like every time there was a dream, at first you didn't know it was a dream. It was always this kind of slow burn into, oh, no, she's dreaming. And this is like fucking colors and things are happening. It's all wacky. Emily actually sat down when I was watching earlier. And she's 5 minutes in. She goes, you know what? I don't really like these kind of movies. But she goes, this is like super creative. She goes, it's like this kind of fun to watch because the dream sequence is just so wild. And I would definitely give that to Renny Harlin for being like a heart and action director. Like Long Kiss Goodnight's a masterpiece, one of the best action movies ever.
Definitely.
Deep Blue Sea was another good example.
Die Hard 2.
Yes, yeah. What was his other big one? I should know this.
Cliffhanger.
Yeah, that's the one I was thinking of. Yeah, a great Stallone and who's that bad guy? Lithgow.
John Lithgow.
Yeah. But he uses it to like really like emphasize the dreams and uses cameras and things like weird creative ways. And plus, I think the lighting is my favorite. This where you get a lot of the cool neon lights, how sweet fresh meats, and the all the greens and the reds. And I was like, that's super cool. Like, I mean, I just thought Freddy was goofier, I guess. Not that he wasn't playful, but for some reason I thought he was more cartoonish.
Dude, I must say, mad skills with that tongue, man. I was impressed the way he wiggled that shit. I was like,
yeah. It's a man that knows what he's doing.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, there's one scene like early on. I think it's the first when the film opens. It kind of opens on a Kristen dream sequence, and she walks into the Elm Street house. Since Elm Street 3, definitely, there's a whole motif with the little girl. Of course, actually, it was Elm Street 1 and 2, actually I don't know.
Yeah, but I think but it's ramped up ever since.
Yeah, but the tricycle and shit we saw in part 3. Yeah. I don't know why. I'm probably reading too much into it, but I always saw it as a statement. She walks into the Elm Street house, the camera's moving and everything. The score is like really booming, and the tricycle is just tumbling down the fucking stairs. Yeah, it's just tumbling down the fucking stairs, and for me, it always meant like, all right, assholes. All bets are off, man. I'm going for the kill. In part 3, the tricycle, gets stepped on and melts. But in part 4, it opens right away. The tricycle is tossed in her face and it's thrown down the fucking stairs, kind of like, fuck you, dude. Here we go. Strap on for a ride. That's the way I always read it, but I got issues, and that's why I'm in therapy.
Well, this.
Welcome to the end screen. Because we have our most popular videos up here, our latest videos over here, our modern reviews up here, and of course, the subscribe button right here, guys. Every little bit counts, and we do appreciate the support.